guys, it's Kathy from Maryland. I think this is crooked. Is that better? How you doing? I just thought I'd pop on and say hi. We're gonna work on my springtime journal today, put some ephemera in it, do some special touches. And I don't know what has been up. I have been trying to do this video for days, and I keep working on like ephemera and like I need to get this done and I need to get that done, or because it's going to take too much time, which is all true. But I finally decided just turn the camera on, because if not, the journal's going to be done and there will be no video to make. So I just have to say a shout out to Gail Augustinelli. If you've never seen her videos, she is a master at like compartmentalizing stuff. And now I know why. Because I have stuff spread everywhere. And because I'm making journal cards and charms and tags and pockets and all kind of stuff, so it's everything is spread everywhere. And Gail does one thing at a time. Beautiful. Like, we're gonna make pockets today, we're gonna make tags today we're gonna make journal pages, and we're gonna put them by color or by theme in a nice little filing thing. So there's a lot to learn from that woman. A bit of brilliance, I think. So anyway, I'm gonna point the camera down. I was gonna clean everything up, and I'm like, no, show them what the real thing is like. And I'm just gonna organize a few of these things, and then we're gonna get into the project, and I think you're gonna like it. Stick with me. Kathy from Maryland. Hi. As you can hear from my voice, I have a little bit of a cold, but I'm getting over it. I'm feeling much better. And I just needed to get on here and do this. So where should we start? Let me start by showing you what I've done with the journal. So, remember last time it was just this? Well, this material that I used, that I told you, was kind of like it had like a vinyl coating over it. That's why I had to sand it. It ended up not being the best material to use, because when it dried, I don't know if you can see, it kind of, I don't know, bubbled a little bit. So I decided to wrap some fabric around it and I was going to put a topper on it anyway. And I think it really did take care of the issue. So I wrapped this underneath, and I could have shown you that, but again, and it did take a while. So simply put this underneath your layer, and I did the whole thing with Fabric Fusion and did my beautiful little print. It says April. Can you see that? It's a very old print from this botanical book I have, and I thought that was fun. So that's what I've done there. I started kind of placing ephemera in places where I thought that it could go. And then I was making stuff, and I don't know, guys, I just had to stop and say, you know, stop and do some filming, or the whole thing is going to be done. So what I wanted to do with you real quickly is, and I was going to do this on my own, but again, maybe it's good for people to see the process. I don't know. I've got different trays of things that I use. My glasses on. So what I want to do is simply organize this into things that are ready to go, some collage pieces, and things that need a little bit of work. Okay, this won't take long. I just thought that it might be fun for you to see. Let me just put this all in here. Okay, let's put things that are ready to go in here. So we've got some butterflies. So how's everyone doing? Photos, some tags. I need a bigger thing. I think this is probably going to be the things that are ready to go. Because of that, I am going to just put this in something else that over here, and I'll put it on my side. I have a beautiful little tray next to me. So this is going to be things that are ready to go. And then I thought I should have something for small things. And then one more tray is things that need to be worked on. A little bit of work. This is what I'm talking about, Gail, okay? The woman is very organized. And she does one thing at a time, because when you try to do everything at once, that's why a little mass making, I am starting to learn, is not a bad thing. Okay, so I have like miscellaneous tags and little stamps and things that'll go in there. I have my beautiful little pressed flowers that are ready to go. So I'll put small things in here. Oh, I've also got something really fun to share with you guys. I have a freebie that I think you're gonna really like. So stick around, you're gonna hear about it. All right, let me set that stuff over there. This can go over here. Oh, what I wanted to show you was, so when I made this, I wanted this part here to be kind of free. So when you, oh, and I didn't glue that. I left that, I just glued the center. I wanted this to be kind of free, so when you go like this, it doesn't get all weird. So I only did a couple tiny dots in the middle to hold that on. The other thing I was going to do, and I'm not sure yet whether I will, is I was thinking about adding that down the center like that, and then either putting like that on it. I think that's overkill. This is kind of cool, and I don't know, maybe I don't need anything else on it. I liked the round because it kind of speaks to the round circles that were on it. It might be a little bit too much, but I thought that this bumpiness was going to bother me, but it doesn't now that the fabric's on it. So I might just leave it like that. Now, one thing that I would love for people to comment, all of you experienced journal makers out there, if there's any of you watching this video, after I made this journal, I did a invisible binding, okay? And what I do with my fabric is I take a piece of cardstock, not very thick cardstock, and I glue it to the back of this, and then I sew the signatures to that, and then glue that cardstock to the journal. So the journal was very stiff. Now this is just probably the nature of it, but I'll tell you what I did and it worked, and I was really excited about figuring that out because I was really bummed out. I was almost going to cut that and put just fabric here, just like kind of redo the binding, but I was able to rectify it, and I'll show you what I did, and I'm so happy that I figured that out. I just took a bone folder and I opened it up and I just kind of went down between the signatures like that and just kind of almost scored it. And then I flipped it back over and I would go to the next one, and I just kind of gave it a workout because I use bookbinders glue because it's flexible. So I'm like, why is that so stiff? It really was bumming me out because I was like, how am I going to even work in this journal? And how would anyone enjoy this journal? But as you can see now, it opens up and it's nice, and I'm so happy. So because of doing that, of course, there are little marks here, but that's okay. I mean, I think that's the nature of a binding, and that's just how it is. But I'm okay with it. So what I thought I would do now that we got all that out of the way, let's just flip page to page. I've got my glue, I've got my stuff that I may or may not use, and we'll just see how we do. So I have put certain things in, and I just thought, well, we can just do this together. I thought that was cute there. But I have done quite a bit as well, just to get things going. I think I am going to put him here. I do like that right here. And then we can put a really pretty tag in, and like with anything, once you get started, things start flowing. It's always been my experience, but I am the biggest procrastinator in the world, and sometimes I just feel like, oh, I'm not ready, and I'm going to throw a couple tags in there so it kind of is a placeholder. So, how many of you have ever had the dreaded colonoscopy? Once you reach a certain age, they're highly recommended, and I would highly recommend them too. However, I hope I don't have to have one for a really long time, because I had mine this morning. And it's amazing that I'm even sitting here today talking to you. That's all I'm going to say about it. Yeah, it's the bowel prep. The actual colonoscopy is not bad at all. And I have the most incredible GI doc that does it. He's amazing. So I put that there, one of my little pressed flowers. I've got a nice journaling card here. A little pocket. This is just, I got this tissue paper from Italy when I was there, and it's very cool. You'll see the other side of it. I just loved it. I don't know if I'm going to put anything on there, unless I had something kind of on the light side. Got that cool little, that kind of looks good with that, doesn't it? And maybe, you know what would be neat here is a little flower. Huh. Would you look at that? That says Venice. Do I want to cover that up? Or do we want that to go like that? Yeah, so anyway, the colonoscopy went well. I know that's TMI, sorry guys, but it's been a little bit of a morning. But I'm happy to be here and get this done. But you know, these health screening things that we do, I don't know if I've told you, I'm a nurse practitioner. So the health screening things that we do are so important. And colon cancer is definitely one of the most easy things to screen for and avoid. So I think the age is 45 when you should start having them, especially if you have had any family history. Perfect little thing for that thin tissue paper. My friend and I took a day trip to Venice, and I wanted to get some little gifts for my grandkids. So I ran into this store. It was right before we got on the train, and it was the nicest little shop. And the guy wrapped everything beautifully in this tissue paper. And I thanked him. I was like, oh, you have no idea what I'm going to do with that tissue paper. Actually, I have it right here at hand. Let me show you because it's really cool. Yeah, isn't that pretty? It's just got some different buildings in Venice, and it's got a very neat texture to it too. Great! We're doing it, guys! We're doing it! Just a nice piece of coffee dyed paper, which I could just leave, or I could, you know what I can do is attach a journaling card here. That's one of the things that I want to do. Gosh, I love that. I think I might put this here because the back has journaling space. This says journaling space. I'm going to just stick that on there like that. And maybe I'll come back and put a little pocket. You know what I did? If any of you have bought my springtime kit, I apologize. All of my pockets are left-sided. I went to do my pockets and I was like, hello, you didn't do any right-sided pockets. So I had to go in and make some. I printed up some. That's the nice thing about digitals. I thought that was really pretty there. I just have to glue that on. This is the paper I used for my journal cover. And I just, you know, printed up some of the digital and made a couple of right-handed corners. The tuck spaces, whatever they're called. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I think doing a journal from start to finish is a very hard thing to do with a YouTube video. And it definitely needs to be multiple videos. But I've kind of done that a little bit, right? I made it, and it's just that this part of it, making ephemera for it, I put the belly band on. See, I have done some. I have. I've been busy. So I have some digitals of French letters and some of my own ephemera. So I printed up some cool, that's kind of neat, and it goes nice with that. Just like a French note, and gave it a little bit of distress. So that's going to go in there. And then I thought I could throw something else in there too. How about if we put some of our French relatives in there? Beautiful. That's nice. I like that. Something like that. Oh, what about this? Yeah, I think I'm going to glue that right on there. I like that. I am going to put a little paper on here. Yes, I am. Okay, yeah, nice. Let me show you. Cute, right? Okay, nice journaling space. Let's see, maybe this is where this tall pocket goes. Oh, I like that. Because I've got nice journaling space here. And I'm going to put some of these tall plus a ticket, a tag, I mean. So let me just grab a couple of those. You know what? I think I'm going to put on that on there. And maybe even, because it already has like a little hole right there, maybe I'll put a little dangle or something on that. And put a rivet. And I guess the question is, do I want to be able to remove that, or do I want to just put that on there? Let's just do it, and we'll do the two of them together. Okay. Put that on like that. That's better. Perfect. Let's see if we could put a little dangle through there, which would be, you know what I have? This is cool stuff, and I don't use it often enough. I have this, it's like mini, you know, didn't you love this when you were a kid? You'd get like the rabbit's foot on this stuff, and then it's got that other little part that goes with it. This stuff is cool. So I got some of this, and this would be nice for this because I can loop it through. So let me just, and you just cut it. I don't need much, about that much. Cuts really easy. And then one end goes in here. I used to love these things when I was a kid. This is kind of cool. Oh, dragonfly and moth or butterfly. Let's do it. This will go through here. And we'll put it, and then you can kind of see where you're at with measurement. I might need to make that a little shorter. But I liked it because it was mini and it wasn't bulky. That's kind of pretty. And let's see if I can do this without too much trouble. Getting that end in there. There we go. So anyway, I'm trying to remember where I got that. You know what? I got it on Amazon. I always leave the end sticking out of that like that, because then you don't lose it. Because once it gets in there, it's hard to find. So that's cute, right, guys? I like that. Let's see how my little pocket's doing. Oh, it's good. It's good. That's I made that in my last video out of the die cuts from my master board. That was fun. I made this cool, I think it's a blue jay, isn't it? Looks like one. Off, I cut that from my off rolling from my jelly and made a belly band, and I thought that was fun on there. So let's go ahead and put that down. Or we'll let it dry a little bit. This is just some of these. There's my B page. Those were napkins I decoupaged on there a while ago. I found that with some journaling pages I had, and I liked that. You know what might be fun to do on this page is just a corner with that on there. I think I'm going to do that. I like that. That's going to go on here. And I like it sticking off a little bit. So the other thing I'm going to do is get a little Tim Holtz mini paper doll and put on there. I've been having fun with those mini paper dolls lately. So let's see, what could we pop on there? Okay, we're going to use him. Don't ask me why. And I'm going to put a tiny little piece of washi tape, like he's sitting on something. I think maybe we'll go with this. this. He's just going to be sitting there observing someone writing in their journal. Like that. There. Isn't that fun? Cute as can be. I'll find something to poke up in there. Oh yeah, we don't want you to be glued down. Oh, there's one of my butterflies. Question is, does it need something underneath? It's a little dark on dark. I was thinking about putting a little bit of book page. See what we think about that. Just a little extra layer back there. Yeah, I like it. Oh, this might have been where that was. I made this really cool journaling card just with a little vintage thing on there. I thought that was cute. I'm going to put that right there. Now I can put one of my letters in here. Let's take a peek at this. Very nice. I like that. That can go in here. Okay, so moving on, I made this little cluster that I thought was cute. Little bird cluster. So let's see, I was thinking about that for this page, doesn't it? Just like that. Let's just put that on there. I like that. Let me see if I have anything for this that might be good. This might be a good time to show you this because I think I might use it here. So I'm going to show you my freebie. I made a really fun freebie. I have these 4 bunnies that I've just added some fun vintage elements to. They're 3.75 by 3.25 and they fit onto this. How fun is that? I fit that so that fits perfectly on there. And let me show you what I've done. You may already know this, and I think I might have, but it just makes sense. Printers don't have white ink. So when you print anything with white in it, it uses the white paper background. That's why if you're printing something on coffee stained paper that's pretty dark, and you're like, ooh, that came out a little dingy, that's because there's no white in the coffee dyed paper, so the coffee dyed paper is going to replace the white. So anyway, saying that to say, put your copy machine on black and white setting. When you print it onto paper, you're only going to get the outline. So that's to say that. And that might be like not new news for people, but it just kind of makes sense when you hear that, because there's no way to do a transparent thing. And then on the other side, because I wanted the inside of the envelope to be nice, so that's how I did it. And then you simply cut out your bunny and put it on. So what I did was I took a piece of book page and made it a little bit bigger to make like a ruffle around it. I saw Tracy Fox do this in a video when she was doing her denim kit that she did, her French denim kit, and I thought it was so pretty. She took brown packaging paper and put it behind these little envelope things she made. They were like little pockets. So I tried it and I just thought that was so nice just to have that, you know, kind of shabby, grungy type ruffle. So there's that one. I just used my digital and printed the envelope on that. And I have another one back here that I put on the page this way. So if you fold it differently, you can have the opening wherever you want it, side or top, and then just glue it that way. If you want to use it as an envelope, now I've got a cool flip out that I can put stuff in. And I just thought that was very cute. That's the yellow one. So yeah, just kind of a little nod to Easter and wanted to give something back to you guys. So what I'll do is that'll be in the description as a Google link, a shareable Google link. So you should be able to download that and print that out. So anyway, let's get back here. But anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you. A really fun freebie for you guys that I hope you'll enjoy. My next studio/craft room will have a 10-foot table in it, God willing. That's really what you need. You need like a 10-foot table to accommodate all of the stuff. So I told you guys I was a nurse practitioner and I am approaching retirement rather quickly. So I am hoping to do this full time. So that is my hope. And because art and crafting is something that I have done since I was a little girl. It's a passion for me. In fact, I almost switched my major and did art school, but was advised because I might have a hard time making a living doing that. I changed my mind, which I'm happy. I mean, you know, everything is 2020 in retrospect, isn't it? So I'm very thankful for my career and the things that I've been able to see and people I've been able to help. Nursing is just, it is. I think nursing is really a calling. And I have been very blessed to be able to do this for as many years as I have. I've worked with some incredible people, and I just am excited that this is something that I could continue for quite a while. So that's my hope, guys, and I will be sure to let you know when that's going to happen, because you'll be seeing more of me. Yes, you will. All right, I like that. Very nice. Journaling. This is just a book page with some fun birds on it. You can't journal here though, so either I put something on there. I do have this cool coffee dyed paper. I just wish was a little wider, but I still think it's okay. If we did something like that and put something across the top, and you could journal on there. Let me go ahead and just put this down, and then I'll figure out what's going to go on the top. Oh, maybe I'm going to finally get a chance to use that. Yes, I love this. I'll just scoot it up a little bit on the page. Just an old stamp and some paper ruffle I made. That's the perfect little place for it. So a friend of mine and I are taking a ride up to this place in Pennsylvania called Terrain. It's an incredible, kind of like a garden center, home decor, beautiful nursery, all in one. And it's a branch of anthropology. And if you've never been to a Terrain store, I know they do have several of them. Terrain actually has a book out, and let me tell you, it is a treat. This store is just, if you want to get inspired, go to Terrain. It's just really a very cool store. This could use a little stamp down here, but I'm not going to take the time to stop and get my stamps out. I just want to keep moving. So anyway, my friend and I, it's got the most beautiful little quaint restaurant. And they have this cream of wild mushroom soup that is to die for. But I went online this morning to make a reservation and early, and it was already booked. It's a very popular place to go. So I put myself on a cancellation list, so who knows, maybe we'll get a call and they'll say, hey, guys knocked out, there's a cancellation. So we'll see. But if not, we'll go somewhere else for lunch. But my friend has never been there, and I can't wait to show her this place. She's gonna love it. because what's unique about it is the store inside. So there's a nursery outside with live fresh plants, plus annuals, perennials, the whole bit. But the inside, there's like multiple places where they have more plants. Like they'll have the succulents and little succulent gardens and like the glass globes and all the moss and everything to make those. And it's just, you know, you just want to, oh, I want to make that. I want to make that. That's the kind of place it is. You just go and you're like, I'm just thinking maybe this could be a tuck spot. Got this new stamp from Tim Holtz. I don't know if it would be appropriate for embossing, but it is awfully pretty. It's Botanical Collage CMS 447. Oh yeah, look at that. That would be equally as nice. I guess what's bothering me is that the background of that paper itself is just white. And I don't like white most of the time. Let's see, what can I put on here? Ooh, look at that. That's interesting. I think it would have to be like that. I think I'm good. I'm going to do a little bit of vintage photo above and below. And then we're going to stamp that on there. Okay. I have strawberry, but I also have tulip red. I think I'm doing it because I like that together. This is scary. I'm going to try it. Stand up. Go, oopsie. We're going to go right on like that. I'm going to go on with this. Just my clear embossing powder. I like it. Page is curling a little bit, but that will be fine. Oh, what do you think, guys? That's pretty cool. I love that. So I like these. That's the first time I've used it. I'm going to be using those more. Those are great. I knew I would like that. So this is one of the pieces of ephemera I made that time when I made my ephemera journal, and I thought this is just pretty. I've got this fabric. What I want to do is sew across here, and then I'm going to just glue that to the top of that page like that, and maybe I'll even put a hole punch in it and try to put something on the opposite side. There we go. Just a little zigzag. I'll just glue this on, keep it simple. Keep it simple for now. I think it's a good idea. I'm using, oh, I could have used Fabric Fusion, but I forgot. But the thing I should probably do is do this because there's a separation. I just want to make sure that's glued on there well. And the nice thing about doing this is that person, say, wanted to take that off, they can just undo the safety pin. I'm going to let a little bit peek above the top. And that's just a cute little thing on the side of that page. Now, I guess the question is, should we put something right here for writing? I think that's a nice idea. Let me check the time. Oh, my friend might be here. I'm going to make a little paper pad for here. When we get back, I'm going to do that. Okay, I thought before we do that little book thing, I thought it might be fun to just make one of these together. right? Let's just do that. So I haven't done this bunny yet, so let's cut him out and do that together. Okay, so what I did was put the folding marks on the top because the, rabbit is going to be covering the folding marks. So I thought that was better because I'm doing the little paper under it. So let's just get that folded. I'm not going to use my scoring board. I'm just going to fold these. Okay, so I do want to, I guess the question is, it's going to be a little bit bigger than that. I just want this to be a torn edge, so I'm going to make it a little bit, I don't know, maybe like a 1/4 inch bigger. Looking good. Okay, let's see how we did. Perfect. It is just fine. So I have been sewing around this. I like the look. So I will sew around that. Yeah, it's just a fun little look, I think. So yeah, I guess it depends on which way I want to put this on a page, right? On the left or right side. So I just think that's very cute, right? Let me go ahead and sew this and then we'll get that glued on. Maybe what I'll do is find out where this is going to go in here. All right, let's see where this guy is going to go. So sorry for the sniffling. Okay, so there's one bunny there. Let me go back to some of these other signatures and see if he works somewhere else. Oh, you know what? We never really did anything on these first couple of pages. There we go. So I will glue this like this. Nice. Okay, so that's going to open like that. So let's put him on. And now let's just glue that right on like that, and we can pop something in there. We'll glue the back of this envelope. Yeah, I just wanted to do one of these with you guys. Simple, simple. I just thought it would be fun to do one. Flip that over. We're looking good. See a little bit of that ruffle on that side, which I like. Okay, and then once that dries, we'll come back to that. I'll find something to put in there. Fun, right? Oh, yeah, that makes me happy. Yes, it does. We are winding this up, guys. We are. This is going to get a letter. Beautiful little French letter. Oh, I also want to use her. Isn't she cute? She is going to go in there somewhere. Nice journaling space here. I think she might be adorable there. Yeah. threw this on there. It's pretty. Little journaling card. Let this guy go on here. Does it look like, oh, not bad. And then we could put something on that. I kind of like that. I'm doing it. I have these long Tracy Fox labels. Let me grab one. I think that would be perfect there. This is some of them, but those aren't the ones I was thinking of, but those are pretty. That might work because, yeah, I think that would work. Just do a little something up there. Yeah, I think I'd like one of these up there with a little something underneath it. Yep. Yep. And I actually think I might like a little bit of brown paper under there. There we go. It's nice. I like that. Let's see what I could use for a pocket. I actually made a pocket today that would be cute. Oh. Yeah, maybe that can go on the pocket. This is kind of pretty. I made this master board a while ago for one of my other videos. I don't even remember which one. Oh, I like that. That's perfect, guys. I love adding these book pages in. So what I did was I taped it. I bound it to that remember that blue page back a while? I think that's so pretty. That is gorgeous. I love that tag. It just needs something on the top. Just want to do a little something pretty. Across the top like that. I'm going to just tuck that up under that piece a little bit, I think. I don't know, I just like this green on here. Yeah, something like that. I think what I'm going to do is cut a, I never use this and it's cool. A cool little punch. It punches a tab. I never use it. Oh, how cool. Oh, I like that. Yeah, let's just put this on the top. A couple of dangles that I have been wanting to use. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, that one's pretty. Let's see what we have. See if one of these works. That would just be a little bird. Okay, I've got that. There we go. I love that. This is very nice. I think this is the last thing I'm going to do. So this was just a page I added. I had done that when I did my coffee dyed paper and stamped. So I kind of just made a little frame around this, like a frame. And I was thinking that might be a really pretty place to put my daisy pressed flower. I'm going to put that on first. I love that there. I think it's very pretty. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back through. I'm going to work on it a little bit more, and then we'll come back and do a flip through end of this pretty little springtime journal. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, I think it's finally done. This is exciting. Oh my God, look how fat that is. This is crazy. Anyway, this has been a lot of fun. Let's just do a quick flip through. You've seen me work in these pages and you know what is on most of them, so I won't take a long time. I'm just going to do a quick little flip through. Guys for joining me. This has been a great project. This is going to be available on my Etsy page, and also look for those 2 freebies in the description. Okay, love you guys. See you next time. Bye.